Good afternoon all. In previous lecture we had discussed with introduction of the locomotion as well as movement and types of movement. Now you know that just 1 minute. Okay, let me revise this whole topic which we have done in previous class. Movement is voluntary or involuntary, but locomotion is always voluntary. All the locomotions are movements, but all the movements are not locomotions. The structures for movement as well as locomotion are very close to each other. Okay, so we can't separately study the movement as well as locomotion. And as you know that tongue movement, lip movement, eyelid movement, limb movement, it is mostly seen in the human being, and locomotion changes the body position from one place to another place. So in previous class we had discussed that introduction of the movement as well as locomotion and the types of movement. Amoeboid movement, most important, WBCs. Fine. Amoeboid movement is seen in WBCs, then ciliary movement and muscular movement. Now let us discuss about the muscle in detail. See, muscles are mesodermal in origin. You know that we have originated from the blastic layers. Yes, dermic layers or blastic layers. Outermost ectoderm, middle one mesoderm, and innermost one endoderm. Okay, so here all the muscles of the body are mesodermal in origin. It consists of 40 to 50% of total body weight. Whatever body weight is that, 40 to 50% can be covered by muscles. Along with that, extra point, in our body we have total 639 muscles, but out of 639 muscles, 5 muscles are single, whereas 634 634 are present in pairs. Okay, so this is extra point for NEET. Fine. So we have total 639 muscles. Out of that 5 muscles are single and 634 muscles are present in pair. So another way we say that 317 muscles are present in pairs. Now muscles have property muscle has few properties: excitability, see. Whole muscular system is closely connected to the nervous system. Yes, so nervous system gives the message to the muscles for excitement, to contract or to relax, whatever. Excitability means here the neuron has to give the impulse to the muscle to do the work. Contractility, so muscle becomes short, that phenomenon is known as contraction. Extensibility, or we say that stretching. Generally muscles have its own length, but if we expand it little bit larger, okay, we expand it little bit more, this is known as extensibility or stretching capacity. But sometimes due to overstretching, muscles are here. Elasticity, contraction and relaxation, but generally when you stretch the muscle, yes, elasticity just like an elastic or rubber band. When you extend the rubber band, leave it, it regains its original position. Fine. And relaxability, so these are some properties of the muscles. Now, which are the types of muscles? Let us discuss in detail. So we have three types of muscles in our body: skeletal muscle, visceral muscle, and the cardiac muscle. Okay, first, skeletal muscle. Dear all students, actually here we learn in detail about the skeletal muscle structure and how it functioning normally. Contraction and relaxation of that, we will discuss that afterwards. Skeletal muscle. Why it is skeletal muscle? Because the muscles are connected to the skeleton. Here skeletal muscle is voluntary muscle because the contraction is under control of animal's wish. It is also known as striated muscle or stripped muscles because parallel stria, stripped like structure, દોરી જેવા filaments જેવું છે. That's why it is striated muscle or stripped muscle. It is also known as somatic muscle. Why? Because somatic nervous system can control it. So somatic nervous system means the nervous system which is under our control, which do the work according to our wish. Okay, so here this is about the brief information of the skeletal muscle. Just I can read from the textbook. Fine, we can read portion and then continue with the fine. You see the types of movement there first. Fine. Cells of the human body exhibit three main types of movements, namely amoeboid, ciliary, and muscular movement. Some specialized cells in the body like macrophage and leukocytes in the blood exhibit amoeboid movement. It is affected by pseudopodia formed by streaming of the cytoplasm as in amoeba. Cytoskeletal elements like microfilaments, you had learned this in the 8th chapter, that cytoskeleton consists of microfilament and macrofilament formed of the tubulin protein. So this cytoskeleton is very useful for locomotion and movement of the cell. So cytoskeletal system is also useful in this amoeboid movement. And you know that this cytoskeletal system in the cell can alter the shape of the cell also. Fine. Ciliary movement occur in most of our internal tubular organs. In our body we have tubular organs. So in these tubular organs, majority cilia are present, which is lined by ciliated epithelium. The coordinated movements of the cilia in the trachea help us in removing dust particles and some of the foreign substances inhaled along with the atmospheric air. As a result, I had told to you that this ciliated epithelium filtered the air, and after filtration, the filtered air entered inside the respiratory tract further. If in the inspired air dust particles are there or any harmful organism is there, antigen is there, or we say that pathogen is there, it is also filtered by the ciliated epithelium. Passage of the ova through the female reproductive tract is also facilitated by ciliary movement, as well as initially, see, sperms in male sperms have tail. So generally they are locomote easily, move and locomote easily. But before formation of the mature sperm, sperms have no tail. So for that, cilia are essential for this movement. Fine. Movement of our limbs, jaws, tongue, etc. require muscular movement. The contractile property of the muscles are effectively used for locomotion and other movements by human beings and majority of multicellular organisms. Locomotion required perfect coordinated activity of muscular, skeletal and neural system. Here coordination is very essential here. So you assume that during walking, by putting the left leg forward, we are forwarding our right hand. Why? Because to maintain the body balance. But we never do like this. Left leg and left upper limb and right leg and right upper limb, we are not putting simultaneously at that time. So when we put the left leg forward and right hand up forward, fine, to maintain the body balance. So during walking, standing, sitting, jumping, running, swimming, whatever locomotory movements are there, we require balance and coordination, and that is supplied by the nervous system or controlled by the nervous system. In this chapter, you will learn about the types of muscles, their structure, majority here is skeletal muscle structure, mechanism of their contraction. For this phenomenon, I will show you the video. I will show you the video. I can share it from here. That is video based lecture, and after showing that video to you, fine, then I will continue with the theory portion. Okay, so mechanism of their contraction, an important aspect of skeletal system. So which are the main functions of the skeletal system? And skeletal system consists how many bones, the name of it, number of it, location in the different parts of the body. And then at the last we will learn that the disorders of the skeletal system and muscular system, and then the chapter is over. Now, muscles. Muscle is a specialized tissue of mesodermal origin. Remember that actually I want to tell you this one. Muscular system, skeletal system, circulatory system, in that arterial system and venous system both. Yes, I written at heart here, but heart is included in the circulatory system, blood is also there. Okay, so heart and lymphatic system all are originated from mesoderm. So muscle is mesodermal in origin. About 40 to 50 percentage of our body weight is of the human adult is contributed by muscles. This is about talking about the adult one. Fine. This is not given there. They have special properties like excitability, contractility, extensibility and elasticity. Muscles have been classified using different criteria, namely location, appearance and nature of regulation of their activities. Based on their location, there are three types of muscles. Skeletal muscles are seen on the skeleton. Visceral muscles are seen in internal organs of the body. Fine. So you remember that viscera, this is internal organs. Majority of our internal organs are involuntary in nature. Okay? Fine. And cardiac muscle situated in the heart. Okay. One thing I want to tell you. You know this one. Skeletal muscles and visceral muscles both are fatigable. Both are tired, going to be tired. Both have chance to be going to be tired. Fine. So you know that this is known as fatigue muscle, and here in fatigue muscle, instead of aerobic respiration, anaerobic respiration occur. Fine. So these two muscles are fatigable, and cardiac muscles are non-fatigable. Skeletal muscle, which I written there. Skeletal muscles are closely associated with the skeletal components of the body. They have stripped appearance, just like a strip, dori jevu, under microscope. Hence, these are known as striated muscle or stripped muscles. As their activities are under voluntary control of nervous system, they are known as voluntary muscle. They are primarily involved in locomotory actions and changes in the body postures. So here majority these muscles are useful for locomotion, running, walking, jumping, swimming, like that, and helpful for changing in the body posture, lying to sitting to standing to running, walking, sitting. Fine, all these different positions of the body. Okay. Now second is visceral organ, visceral muscle. Visceral muscles are seen in internal organs of the body. Visceral muscles are seen in internal organs of the body, majority. Alveoli, esophagus, we had learned that esophagus in that peristaltic movement is there. Stomach, churning of the food is there. Intestine, fine. Contraction is there. Gallbladder contraction is there. Fine. So all the internal organs of the body, uterus, urinary bladder, fine, rectum, anal canal, whatever you think about the internal organ of the body, it consists the muscles which is involuntary in nature, also known as smooth muscle. Why? Because here under the microscope, when we observe this under the microscope, fine, there is no stria or no strip. That's why it is known as smooth muscle. The appearance is very smooth. But here one point I want to tell you, that visceral muscles consist spindle shaped fibers. Spindle shaped fibers are there in these muscles. Fine. So here the muscle is arranged like this. Okay. And here when you see this is the spindle shaped cell, means both the side the cells have pointed end, and inside the cells small stria, small fibers are there. Fine. So the smooth muscle is look like this. Here there is a no stria, no strip, but small fibers, but all these are muscle fibers. These are muscle fibers, and here small fibers which are now connected to the autonomous nervous system. So here the function of this muscle is controlled by autonomous nervous system, and this nervous system works automatically. That's why it is involuntary muscle. Okay, no stria, no strip, that's why known as non-strip or non-striated muscle. Fine. Okay, now these two muscles are fatigable, remember. And last one, third is yes, cardiac muscles are situated in heart. Fine. Similar structure to skeletal muscle, but specialized connective to fiber of muscle is a special feature of it, and it is known as intercalary disc. Wait, just for 1 minute you wait. Let me draw the diagram of this skeletal, of the structure of the cardiac muscle. Okay, this is the stria of the cardiac muscle, and each part consists the nucleus. But very interesting structure is there. What is intercalary disc? Fine. Here the two fibers. Two fibers are interconnected together. Fine. So this is known as intercalary disc. And now the last sentence. This intercalary disc transmits the impulse from one fiber to another fiber. And that's why we had learned this heart in detail, that when we will give the impulse to the SN node, normal contraction of whole heart is normally contracted. Auricle ventricles are normally contracted one by one. So at one point we have to give the stimulus. So that stimulus can be now supplied to all the fibers of the muscles through this intercalary disc. Fine. So here actually the cardiac muscle is branched muscle. Fine. Each and every stria, yes. Cardiac muscle, the structure is resembled to the mostly skeletal muscle. Okay. So in next lecture I will tell you this. The structure of the skeletal muscle, we will discuss it in detail. But here the spatially interconnection, that is intercalary disc, is there. So this is about the types of the muscles.